Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. This is Miss Torres, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you're going to be working on Unit 4.03 as you start to explore Shakespearean sonnets. So, for the past few days, we've been focusing on Petrarchan, and in the lesson that you're going to be working on today and tomorrow, you're going to not only review Petrarchan, but learn the new type, the Shakespearean sonnets, and then compare and contrast the two. So, it's important that you take some time working through this lesson today and tomorrow. I spread it out over 2 days because you have quite the assignment due by Friday. So let's get right into it. When you come to class, you're going to go ahead and click on your class plan for today. And here you can say I have details on exactly what you are doing today and what you're completing. Here I'm logged in as a student, so it shows that I've already kind of gone through a couple of these lessons because I have clicked through them. But you can see there's a couple that I still have not gone to yet. So what you're going to do is read what I have here for you. You're going to begin lesson 4.03. Download this assignment that's going to be due on Friday. So it's the Shakespearean Sonnets assignment guide. And it's going to take you through the entire lesson. By clicking on that link, it takes you automatically to the assignment. And so you will have to download it. So you can click download to do so. And so once it's downloaded, what you'll do is have it open on the side in a little, maybe you can have like both windows open, your Word document and the lesson. What I would do first is read through this assignment. So you will be submitting this assignment on the course page where it says Tools and then Assignments, and it's called 403 Shakespearean Sonnets, just like the title here. And reading through it, you can see you have a couple of different activities. Here, everything is organized according to its place in the actual lesson. So if you get to a question, like here for Sonnet 30, and you have this question before that you're unable to answer, or maybe you come down to activity number 2, and it asks you to paraphrase Sonnet 30, you need to make sure, of course, that you filled out everything ahead of it beforehand. Everything builds on top of itself, so it's very helpful if you go through the lesson step by step. Now for the audio, I've included a link here to a YouTube video that has the sonnet recorded. However, it is also in your lesson, and you'll find that if you go through it step by step. So after you've downloaded this is actually at the very beginning of lesson 4.03, you'll go ahead to the next page. And on this next page, I need you to make sure that you read everything, okay? As you click through your reading, there's nothing you need to download here because I've already given you the study guide. Read about Shakespeare, especially here. Okay, I want you to click through and read everything about his life, about his experiences, about his writing, because like I emphasized in class last week on Petrarch, we need to know a little bit about their background and their influences to understand their poetry. And I'm sure somewhere in here it's going to tell you some themes that he uses in his poems. For example, here we can see a little bit of what he says and what he writes in his poetry. So it's very important to take some time reading through these paragraphs, clicking on these little boxes that tell you a little bit more information. And as you're working through this, learning the background of Shakespeare, of course, you can add information on this text to the handout, to the assignment for 4.03 that you're downloading. Here he goes into Sonnet 29 and understanding a little bit of Sonnet 29. And you do need to click on, listen to the audio, click through it. It shows you, the rhyme scheme, word choice, and what that does to the rhyme scheme. You can click on individual lines here to learn what he means in each of these phrases. And this is very important for your test coming up. And here again, clicking on all these buttons to really read through everything he's saying, right? So everything is clickable, 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 super important. As you go through the handout, you're going to have to work on Sonnet 30, which is coming up next. And you'll also compare and contrast Sonnet 28 of Petrarch to Sonnet 29 of Shakespeare. So here's sonnet 29, so just keep that in mind. And here we go, talking about Petrarch and Shakespeare. So you'll click on that and read through, look at what they write for some comparisons between the two, right? We have multiple boxes here. Basically everything that you need to answer your questions on your handout, they're all here. And then at the end of Learn Background, you get to now listen to Sonnet 30. So here's some more audio, right? You'll click and listen, because you do have questions based off of what it sounds like. There's also a transcript here if you need it. And then it has the breakdown of Sonnet 30 to help you fill out those questions that you need to answer, right? So this is a guarantee that you are actually clicking through and reading the material. And then you're going to apply exactly what you just did for Sonnet 73, 78, and 106. Now keep in mind these are all in your Journeys into Literature textbook. You should have that booked by now. If you don't, then it is in your content. So I'll click on Content to find it. And it's under Start here. And it's right there, Journeys in Literature, British and World Classics. So you can click right here to access the online textbook or the web-based version. That's the easiest one. Right, the web-based version is the best. So to return to the content we were looking at for Unit 4.03, you will read through the poetry here. What I would make sure I try to do is basically finish all the way through Sonnet 30 on Wednesday and then perhaps finish the rest of this on Thursday. Coming up on Friday, we're going to talk about this assignment, the Love Sonnet Sift assignment. This assignment has been updated, so if you saw it before today, and I'm recording this on Saturday, the 29th of September, if you looked at this assignment before today, please go back in and check it out again and download it one more time, as I've updated some requirements for it. We'll talk more about this assignment on Friday, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now as well. Basically, you're going to go into your textbook, the Journeys in Literature, and you're going to choose another sonnet. It can be either from Sonnets of the Portuguese or two sonnets. So these are the page ranges to choose from. And you'll pick one of these sonnets to read, and you'll complete a chart in which you're going to tell me about the tone, the theme, imagery, symbols, and the language being used in that poem. And then at the bottom, I ask you to create a summary analysis of that poem. This will take a little bit of time, so please don't wait until the last minute to complete this assignment. Although we're going to talk about it on Friday in class, Friday the 5th, I am not requiring it due until early the week after. So keep that in mind. You'll be able to work on this over the weekend if you need to. It is due by October 9th, right, which is the following Tuesday. And another thing that's due this Friday, as a little reminder, you have the assignment that has to do with reading. So let's go ahead and check out your class plan for Friday so I can show you exactly what you have coming up. So our class, we're doing, let's see here, is there some other monthly required reading? I talked to you guys about this last week Friday, and it is due, I reminded you again this Friday, and it is due this coming Friday. This monthly required reading, click on this assignment, go ahead and download the attachment and read through it. Please start working on this. Do not wait until Friday to complete this. If you have any questions, I'm still available. You can call me still, text me, or email me over the next few days if you need any help. Believe I've covered everything that I want to make sure you're prepared for over these next 2 days as I'm out. Like I said, on Friday, I will give you a little bit of time to continue working on 4.03 assignment. We'll work on that together and just answering any questions that you might have about 4.03. And also going to begin working on the assignment, the SIFT assignment that I pointed out to you that will be due next Tuesday. So Friday class time is going to be dedicated to completing assignments. I will see you soon.